So I would like to talk about our HTML in Christmas, its overall strategy. So um, when we're deciding to do this website, we're thinking of providing kids a really pleasant ways of learning HTML and enjoying. Basically, it's like an entertainment purpose. So we set this in the Christmas theme and decided to use drag and drop as our main architecture structures for our design. So as you can see, overall, for the service level, we have three and three part of our design: the head, the body with three large containers, and two of them, the top left and the bottom one, have the drag and drop button, which can be drag and roll like in both directions. And for the third one, the green container on the top right, it is mainly for showing the snowman.
The main goal of this project is to teach young kids the elements and the hierarchy of HTML in an engaging and interactive way. Since the Christmas is around the corner, this project also brings a lot of holiday atmosphere to the design, like the Christmas tree, the Santa Claus, the deer, the snowman, and also the Christmas music. This visual design aims to attract and hold the kids' attention and to make the learning process fun and relaxed. As you can see in HTML, we have the organization of this web page have three parts: the head, which contains the title and the image. The body contains the three boxes and the two buttons, and also we have the foot part. First, in line 3, the script element points to an external script file, that is the vanilla.js, used in a snowman show up interaction through the src attributes. Line 4 is the h1 element with an image inserted between the text. Here is the small interaction. When the mouse hovers over the text, the shadow will appear. This is achieved in CSS in line 23. Here's also a inline style which shows the width of the Christmas tree. Then we have the div part, the box. We create a box to put all functions inside the box to allow the render function happen. You can see in the JS the render function, inside it the render function. Inside it we have two containers, which IDs are up on the right. Its properties can be found in CSS. Also below it we have another div element whose ID is down. Its property can also found in CSS. So this code creates the three boxes. In line 11 here, below we have 6 div elements. The ID is from Snow 1 to Snow 6. The class is Snow. Also, then below it we have the one div element contain two buttons: the check the answer button and the reset button. Inside this button we have an onClick event, which triggers 3 functions: press, add snow, and change color. Then the reset also have an onClick event. It will trigger 2 functions. When we click the reset button, all the data will be reset and the music will stop. And also the 2 buttons have the same ID, check button. Below is the div element, ID space holder 1. It refers to the whole gray background. Then that's the foot part.
Hello. So let's come to our JavaScript part. Our website is divided by 3 main parts. the drag part, the drop part, and the show snowman part. So as you can see, we can put our elements in our drag part into the drop part. And when we hit the check the answer, a snowman will automatically be generated. And the appearance of this snowman is depend on the sequence of the element on the left. So if we change the sequence, like if we put the H1 element under the head element, I press the check answer again, the snowman will wear a hat. The same will work on the body. Like this, and like this. And when all the element belongs to where they should belong, which means you get all the answers correct. When you hit the check answer, it will automatically snow and background will also sound. And when we hit the reset button, everything will go back to where they originally is, where they originally are. And so let's talk about the JavaScript. Well, about our JavaScript, we declare 5 main areas. So when we put something in our drag parts, when we hit the check the answer, all the elements will be pushed into the new array. And depend on the array between these three, the head, body, and foot, the corresponding element will also be pushed into these 3 arrays. Like HE will be like the H1 will be pushed into head, and the P will be pushed into the body. And the body part is used to show snowman. And this array will collect the information from the head, body, and foot array and generate a snowman. So here's the press function, which I use to read the information from here and generate a snowman from here. It's very long, so I will skip it. And as for our reset button, the reset button is used to move back all the elements to the drag block. So first, we will delete everything from the web page like this, and then we will create everything again. So when you reset it, we actually delete everything and recreate it. So I think that's the JavaScript part. Thank you.
So then I'm going to talk about how we're achieving some effects to CSS. The first one is that we added a little small elements on the topic. You can see it's like a hover element. So how we achieve that in CSS is that we created a main hover function here. So we created a text shadow. So once you hover your mouse on top of the text, it will have like a text shadow to create a shadow light of glows on the text. And second is CSS we have is the border. So for the border, we use a linear gradient to have like a gradient effect to emphasize on the Christmas feelings. And the third one also is one of the most important one. It's about the snow effect. So after you drag all the buttons right correctly, as you can see, if you have everything here like this. You check the answer, you will see like the snow effect with music. So how we achieve that? So in HTML, we created a 6 div, sort of like snow containers with ID snow 1 to snow 6 and the class. So the ID is using JavaScript to trigger the function of snow. And my partner is going to talk about that. So you can see that it's echoing with the button on click. There's a change snow button on click. There's a change snow one. It's used to echo with all the IDs. And as for the class, so for each ground layers, we have different IDs, a different class to create like different depths of the snow effect. So first we have a snow container to put the snow inside, and we put default settings like positions, and we have a Zeding index to show like the depths of the snow. Then we have some animation transition like the snow linear infinite, and to show kind of like the snow effect. And we also add the animation delays and animation durations. So originally it's a snow with like a background image. So if we add the animation, it's kind of like the image slowly falling down in our set timelines, such as over here and over here. So like the background, the class with middle ground or background layered usually has like a delay, so it's come after the first one